In this video, I want to turn away from the analysis of Matthew 19 and turn it over to Matthew 5 and especially verse 32 and study marriage and fornication and divorce from verse 32. This is a Christ quote out of Matthew 5:32. But I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causeth her to commit adultery. And whosoever shall marry her that is divorced committeth adultery. I want to narrow the study into the word cause. And the word cause in Greek is the very same word as in the last video where it was studied concerning your word value as it pertains to your marriage. And so this is the very same word study in Greek, and it's the same sense word in grammatical analysis, so that uniquely it's rather parallel, as is fornication in relation to Matthew 19:9. So what I want to narrow toward is to clarify that the meaning of the word cause, in English at least, the word cause, does divorce cause the sin of fornication, or does sexual infidelity as a definition of fornication enable a just cause for divorce? And so open up Pandora's box on the difference between causes fornication compared to a just cause for divorce by way of fornication, and what the Savior's work in this formula is as it pertains to Savior seeking to save the lost by way of actively in outreach of saving. This is interlinear Matthew 5:32. I'm going to jump to the phrase of relevance for a second. It's periektos logo pornias. Uniquely, there's plurality on pornia into pornias. And I'll get back to this in a bit. But for now, I want to point out that this English translation is a specific translation that is Berean Literal Bible, which is only one English translation out of whatever, 33 alternative English translations, each one saying something different. This is not a specific, accurate English translation, except for it's their translation, which is Berean Literal Bible. It's not even Interlinear's translation, so it's just a compilation of an English Bible that lets you be guided quickly to a half understanding until you open up the word study. This is a word study of the word, transliterated to logos, but the study that pertains to Matthew 5:32 is right here on the bottom line. Real quick, I'll go through it with you because there's an essential word here of an affair, and so it needs to be understood in context. The first comma preceding matter under discussion goes relevance to the first group of scriptures here, and the thing spoken of goes to the a matter of dispute, comma case, comma suit of law, at law, and but the word affair lands down here in the periectos logos pornias, and this word right here is a Hebrew study of fornication, which is shown to be right here, and it's 2184 in Hebrew. And the fornication study there, they divide it up into religious fornication, which is generally the figurative idolatry or figurative infidelity, and that's the religious fornication. This is in relation to taking on spouses that are from nations that worship foreign gods, and there's one verse here that's sexual, so we'll get back to that in a bit. But largely it's figurative. And these other words are less pertinent to anything concerning the affair. So then there's the meaning to go see Roman numeral 2:6 below under a footnote of CF. And CF becomes significant. Partly, well, let me show you 2:6 below first. So here's Matthew 5:32 again. So he has it listed twice. This one has similar divisions of the reason goes into reason of acts. Cause goes into periectos logos pornias, which is the Matthew 5:32 quote. And then it goes to ground, and as it pertains to ground, the quote is, but since where logos, and in this sense, the genitive is not added, because the genitive is this OU suffix, and OS changes the meaning. It has seemed best to include this passage among those mentioned in 1:6 above. So, well, first you're changing the word into a different word. Then you're changing languages over in the Hebrew language, and thus you're breaking some meaningful rules of how to hold stability in your definition. But is generally referred to this head. So head is dependent upon what you're trying to compare. You can compare suffixes, and it's referred to the suffix of OU as compared to OS. But then there's other comparatives. After you've put that together, you can compare whether Matthew 5:32 is the head of Matthew 19:9, and I'll show you that it sort of is.